Jiang Hui-min has been job searching for 3 months. Today, she and 200 other hopefuls are competing for positions offered by just 5 companies.
It's so hard to find a job that suits you and one that you also like. There are too few positions with big companies, and most of the jobs available in the market are very low end. I really hope to start with a decent employer, but the chances are slim.
Only 25% of these graduates will get a job here today. Work is becoming more scarce as labour costs rise and operating profits dwindle.
Based on the situation of our daily job interviews, the number of job hunters has been increasing significantly in recent years. However, the market demand has been dropping slightly. Therefore, it is extremely difficult for fresh graduates to find jobs.
Last year, about 7 million university students graduated. All will need jobs this year. By the time spring recruitment starts in March, at this one job centre alone, there will be 800 applicants lining up each day. It's one of the challenges facing the Chinese government in 2014. As economic growth slows, China wants to switch gear to a more sustainable, consumer-led economy.
In general, economic growth in 2013 was stable overall. The economy was growing and improving while remaining stable. The achievement was hard-won. Meanwhile, we must see that the economy of our country is in a crucial period of transformation and development. Deep-rooted problems are to be eased, and the foundation for economic recovery is still to be consolidated.
The announcement of 2013 GDP figures today shows China posted growth of 7.7% for the last quarter, down 0.1% on the previous quarter. Annually, China's growth stood at 7.7%, still above the government's forecast of 7.5%. Driving China's growth in recent years has been a government-led investment push. Chinese banks lent record sums of money to try and keep the country's growth rate high. There's concern today that many banks will now not be able to recover those loans.
We are in the comforting background that you can push for reform because the growth momentum is quite stable. But cautious side is that if you compare third quarter versus fourth quarter, I would say there's some slowdown in the fourth quarter. So in that sense, I would say the concern is that if you particularly focus on the structural reform, the near-term impact on growth may be negative. So in that sense, how to combine these two policy objectives, reform and growth, that's still a tough question for the policymakers.
Finding jobs for China's new white-collar workforce is one of the major challenges facing the government here. Corruption, bad debt in the banking sector and rising manufacturing costs are the others. Dramatic new social and economic reforms will allow privatisation and foreign competition with industries long controlled by the central government. Moves China hopes will help with economic reform in 2014. Craig Leeson, Al Jazeera, Beijing.